Hello, welcome to Kushti TV, the straight talking YouTube channel. We're actually going to do a film with no cutting, so if we mess up, we mess up. You have to be patient with us. What are we talking? We're talking solely boxing and my prediction that a drug cheat won't win. Before any further ado, I've got a couple of guests in my studio today and it's all my privilege. To the right hand side, you might struggle believing this, but a gentleman to my right hand side did beat heavyweight champion of the world, Daniel Dubois. This gentleman boxed as a welterweight and light middleweight, that's why it's hard to believe. Sadly, he's got it on tape to prove he beat him, but didn't get the verdict, he got robbed. Anyway, Jack, welcome to the show. Yeah, well done, boy. And to my left, an heavyweight hopeful, you better take his word from it, under the same stable as Jack used to be and Daniel Dubois, yes, at a fight now at the Dell Youth Gym. Heavyweight hopeful, Joe Smith Jr. Welcome, Joe. How are we? All good, boys?
Yep.
So all ready to talk some boxing? You fans out there, you ready? Right, we'll start with the big fight. It's really like heavyweight fight of the century, isn't it? Really, let's think about it. Yeah, probably the biggest fight for, probably since Len Hartley, Freddie Mills. Going way back. So, let's go straight into it. Bivol and a better Beev. So, let me give you my take first. 39-year-old better Beev. Under a bit of a cloud. I'll come back to that. So I'm going to start with Jack. Who do you think's going to win it?
I'm going to say Bivol.
Bivol?
Bivol, stoppage between rounds 1 and 6. I know that's a big call, but I feel like he's got it in his heart, in his head, that he wants this fight more than anything.
Yeah.
And I believe that he will be the undisputed champion of the world.
Yeah, okay, valid opinion.
I want to go for Bivol.
For what reason?
A bit fresher, bit more. I'll say he's just a bit sharper, bit better boxing skills. So we'll go Bivol, maybe late stoppage, around 8 to 10.
Well, I'm going to put this in the frame. When something, as an old saying, when something seems to be too good to be true, there's a saying it very often is. I was watching a better Beev and I actually thought this fella could beat heavyweights. Yeah. I really believed he could go up and beat most of the heavyweights, not the cruiser division, straight into heavies, he was that strong. I was a bit of a fan of another fighter called Alan Babic, back in the UK, Albanian born fighter. Doing the same thing, looked super strong. Well, he was super strong. Babic was seemed to be taking some of this juice stuff, yeah? And since then he's been, people just doing a number on him. Because, facts, I've seen it with fighters, it doesn't make them that much better. Trust me on this, trust me, it makes them go from there up to here. Now, a man who I really respect, open-minded, open-speaking fighter, Tony Bellew. He's brought something to my attention in Better Beev's last fight against Smith, yeah? And he said that his testosterone is getting higher at the age of 39. So one for the right words there. That means all you randy young blokes, this bloke's having more of his end away at 39 than he would have been at 19. He's actually going up, which is not humanly possible. Because all you mid-aged guys out there, remember we were 19 and 20, yeah, and now you react to your 40 and so on. I'm not saying you can't react to 40, but not as good. Now, he was almost saying everything, but he'd been taking some performance-enhancing drugs. He didn't say it, but he's saying something wasn't right there. Now, this fight's been made fight of the century, and he's gone under such scrutiny, he will not be able to take any of these products. I think Bivol will beat him anyway. He's younger. Better Beev, I would have had my doubts, as I said, because he's so strong. But I think you'll see a convincing win for Bivol, because I do not think he'll be taking those performance-enhancing drugs that a lot of people have suggested he's been taken, because you won't get away with it on this fight. And if your testosterone's getting higher at 39, which is not possible, something's wrong. And that's the point Bellew made. And the point I'm making, I'm sticking my neck out like Tony Bellew. I think he's been on something. I think he's not on now, and Bivol will do a job. He's younger, better technically, and when that bloke ain't got that super strength, my money's going on Bivol. Okay, so that's my take. Let me know what you think. Let's move on. Fascinating heavyweight contest. Start with the heavyweight to my left first. Fabio Wardley, big Fraser Clark. How are we going?
It's obviously a close toss-up fight, but again I'm going to just edge to Fabio Wardley. Bit younger, bit fresher again, coming nice and light on the scales, and I think he's going to give him a bit of a boxing lesson this time, and then get a nice 8-10 round stoppage again. I'm going on that fight for Fabio Wardley. Yeah.
Jack.
I'm going with the old Wardley. Big up the Wardley team out there. But yeah, Wardley all the way. I reckon it's going to be a schoolboy lesson for Clark. I think Wardley's going to show him the real skills, the levels in boxing. So I'm going to go with Wardley between 1 and 6.
Well, I've got a little bit more stronger opinion on it. I am going Wardley. It's a fighter where I do really like both fighters. I admire Wardley come through the unlicensed ranks, but he's improving all the while. He's a strong man, and Big Frey's done the amateur ranks. He's super skillful, and I both really like them. And I just want to see the best fighter win. But I'm going Wardley for one reason. He sustained a big bad nose injury in that fight. It was a very close fight. I mean, a draw was about the fair result. You couldn't have argued either way on that result, but I think Clark didn't deserve any less than a draw. But if he don't sustain that nose injury at that severity, I do think he'll pull through and beat Big Fraser Clark. As the boys said, he is a bit younger. He ain't got the background, but he's learning on the job. He's a seriously hard man that's learning. So I'm going to go with Wardley on that one.
He would have only gained experience on that first fight as well when he
Absolutely.
first 12 rounds.
Do you think that does be a problem if he gets caught on it?
Possibly, absolutely, because I mean, Big Fraser will be aiming for it. They know that. They aim for that. They get it early. I can't remember what round they went in last time. About 5 or 6, was it?
I thought it was quite early.
Yeah, so he gets him in 1, 2, 3, and 4. 100% he'll be aiming for it. So it's fascinating fight, and I think he seemed to show a fraction more art than Clark, but Clark then showed also a lot of art. It'll be a fascinating fight. As I say, you want to see the best fighter win. Two good guys there, and let's go talking about good guys. Eubank Jr. Some of you might have seen saying I was a bit disgusted with Eubank Jr. in the press conference, waving around a knife with all the crime that's going on in London, in Britain, the streets of England, etc., etc. I just thought it was distasteful. But I'm not going to go on to that one. Let's just concentrate. That's already in my previous one. Have a look at that if you want to see it. Let's go on to Eubank Jr. v. Cerameta, Camille Cerameta. Lost 2 fights, Cerameta, at the highest level. Retired once. I didn't quite know why he retired. I know he was losing and he was down several times. So I just think the corner had enough on that one. And then a better performance. Both at very Golovkin. High-end opponent. 2 defeats, 1 draw in 40-odd contests. So not a pushover. Whatever you see it, boys.
I think it's a bit of a warm-up fight myself for Eubanks. He's got some big money fights coming. Obviously, the old fella's always got a chance, but I can only see it going a Eubank way, this one.
I'm going to say Eubank as well. I think, like Joe said, it's just a warm-up fight. This warm-up fight will be a test to see if he can fight Conor Benn in the future, later next year hopefully. That's another big fight coming up next year hopefully. We'll do a little review on that one as well, but I'm going to go with Eubank.
Yeah, I'm going to go Eubank as well. I don't want him to win on this occasion. I normally support the British fighter, but being such an idiot. And he is an idiot enough. I met his trainer once. I'm not going to reveal, because he's got a few trainers, his name. I met him a while back. And he told me how he totally never trained for the first Liam Smith. Told me point blank. I'm not going to bring the trainer into disrepute, yeah. But he told me, head to it. I went out my way to shake his hand, say hello, and ask him the question, because I put my money on Eubank Jr. against Liam Smith, yeah. Have I got the right? I got confused with the brothers. Yeah, Beefy Smith, Liam, of course, yeah. Always get confused with the 4 Smith brothers up in Liverpool. Yeah, and I asked him what happened. He went, oh, lazy. See you, you're lazy, I'll never work in a corner again if you don't train. He obviously did the second time, but he's stupid enough to walk in a press conference with a knife. He's stupid enough to take Camille Zeramata lightly, and if he does, he's a test, but if he ain't a stupid fool again, and underprepared, he will win. It'll be interesting to see if he's been out doing his stupid idiot antics, not training.
I've seen on the internet he's had a hard weight cut for this fight, you mate. struggled on weight, so
Yeah, but he also struggled on Liam Smith, but he done it working in casinos,
Yeah.
staying up all night, yeah, just acting the clown. And Liam Smith, he got his just deserved by what his trainer said. Even his trainer said he deserved it.
we'll see.
Don't take a good fighter like Zer Zerat lightly, as is Liam Smith. But we see. But we do think Eubanks. There's an interesting one. Whitaker and Cameron.
Yeah, I'm going Ben Whitaker. Cameron's a good, solid game fighter. Should suit Whitaker down to the ground really with his style. He should look good doing what he does tonight. I think Ben Whitaker's stoppage round 8.
Obviously, I'm going to back Ben Whitaker, obviously, but if Callum wants to win this fight, he's got to put the pressure on Ben. If he wants to if he stays away from him, Ben will just keep doing his little flashing skills, like showboating and all that, get the crowds going. But like I said, if Callum wants this fight, he's got to put the pressure on and let him not do any of the fancy stuff. But I see Ben winning it.
Well, he is a good fighter, isn't he? And it's a good test. I mean, I do like reflex fighters, so I don't always see it as, a lot of people see it as flash, but if you know the game, low hands, draw on, it's a way of fighting. And I do admire a man that can go in a place where somebody's trying to take you, knock you out, break your nose, break your jaw, put you to the floor so he can walk away without getting himself hurt, and you can just put your head in the way and just move out of the way and reflexes. It is to be admired. It seems flash, it's confidence, it's a style. But it's a good test there. I mean, Liam Cameron has lost to a couple of good fighters on close decisions, so, and he's an hard man and he's up for it, and he didn't seem at all phased in the press conference or weigh-in. So I do think Whitaker, I think it'll be a good test.
Game though, Cameron here, give him a
good go.
give him a run.
And we wish them both the best of luck.
Yeah.
Seems like a nice fella. They both seem good boys here. Let's move on to arguably the best cruiserweight in the world at the moment, Jay Opataya v Jack Massey. Let's start with Cookie. How are we going with this one?
I'm going to go with the
Cookie,
Aussie.
the Cookie Kid is also known as. That's right.
Now I'm going to back
Exactly.
the Aussie man. Even it's going to be an hard test for him, but Jack is not no walkover. He's going to give it to him. Put him. What's his name again?
Jay Opataya.
I don't know how to say his name, but my bad. But I think Jack's going to put the pressure on, give it to him, get him run for his money. But it's been a good fight, good 50-50 fight, but it's going to be an interesting fight.
Really? Okay. Well, a lot of people's got it one-sided. Opataya. Oh, you got it.
I've got it one-sided. I really rate Jay Opataya. I think he's a world-class operator. Know a few people that spar him and only hear good things from him. I think he's going to beat Jack Massey convincingly on points. I reckon I see Massey struggling to win a round, honestly, against Opataya. I think, not disrespecting Massey, he's a good game fighter, but I think he's coming up against a world-class operator tonight.
Well, we've got a little bit of interest with Jack Massey in the camp. Jimmy Smith, my cousin, who I led camp for his Southern Area title fight against, his name will come to me in a minute, Zach Shelley, who was the British Commonwealth champion. Jimmy also lost a split decision to Joshua Buatsi, who I think could actually be champion of the world, even against these two. Believe it or not, that's my opinion. I stand corrected. And he also lost the points decision to Jack Massey. So there's a little bit of interest in the camp because what happens, Jimmy's retired, fought for the Southern Area title, but distance with a world champion, example if that's Buatsi, distance with a guy that's fighting for the world title, distance with the British and Commonwealth champion, it's good for home and family. So a little bit of interest. We will obviously be supporting the British fighter, Jack Massey. He's a safety first fighter. A lot of people think the massive hard punching up the tail will get him out early. He's a safety first fighter. He went the full route with Joe Parker and made some rounds competitive. I think Opataya will win. I'm rooting for Massey, but I do see a way where he can potentially go the distance and win some rounds. But I can't really see him. It's a massive moment for the British fighter. It really, really is. I'd love to see him do it, but I really can't find a way for him to do it.
I do think you see the 12th round in Sharps.
You know, and if he does that, and Opataya goes into some super hemisphere and or a title comes available down the line, it could be good breeding ground for Mashi potentially to win a title down the line. You never know, this guy could go into a between a weight or an heavyweight, who knows? But it would be great experience. He'll definitely earn his money. We'll be rooting for you. Let's see how he gets on, eh?
Yeah.
Good luck to both, and especially the British fighter. And we're going to touch on one more. Sky Nicholson. I've got to admit, with Raven Chapman, I never used to be a fan of women's boxing because men don't want women to fight, do they? They want them to be of love and to bring up our fan. But then again, it's people's decisions. And if they want to fight, they fight. Now, I didn't particularly want them to fight, but now they're fighting, I love it because I think they're more entertaining very often than the men. The best fight I'd ever seen was, I think her name's Nicola Parsoon in Katie Taylor. The fight one, which I thought Parsoon won. It's the best fight I've ever seen in my whole life. 2-minute rounds, they get in there, do it. There's no time for any holding, messing, spoiling, nicking rounds. You've got to get in there, fight. And trust me, 2-minute rounds are every bit as hard as 3 on a lot of occasions, yeah, boys, because it's a sprint. It's like saying, I'm going to run 200 metres at that speed and I'm going to jog a mile, example, something like that. So it's very hard 2-minute rounds, don't underestimate them, and they go for it. But Sky Nicholson, pretty little lady from down under, got all the skills in the world. How are we seeing it?
To be honest, I don't know too much about the other lady. I just know Sky Nicholson's good. Both undefeated fighters should make for a good fight. I'm going to cheer on the Brit, but I'm going to have to say Sky Nicholson. I'll say on points, but I'm not too sure.
How you going? Raven Chapman.
I don't really know both of them, so I never really seen them box. Don't really know much about them. But like Joe said, I don't really like women boxing. But some of these women out there fight better than the men.
But be careful which girlfriend you choose.
Come
home late. It's got my name, Sky Nicholson. I'm Raven Chapman.
No, good luck to them.
What are you
both,
in coming? Dinner's ready for you. Oh, all right, lovely. Okay, I'll be in early. Yeah. Sky Nicholson v Raven Chapman. I know that Sky Nicholson. I've seen some of her. She's super slick. She's a slick operator. Raven Chapman's going to try and break her down. She's big second favourite. She just lives just outside of Greater London in High Wycombe, not a million miles from us, just up the road. So she's a local girl, and she's British, of course. We'll be rooting for her. Will she do it? Personally, I think Sky Nicholson's a little bit too slick from the little knowledge I have on them both. But she seemed confident, and what I liked about her, she said, you know, one of the commentators said, how are you going to find a way to beat this super slick Australian girl? And she went, leave it to me, I'll show you on the night. And I like that, you know, reserved words and not a nervous reaction, just a natural reaction. Get out there, I'll let these do the talking. So we wish them luck. And there's many more fights on there, but these are the ones we focused on. I hope you've enjoyed it. My guest, I'm Jack, I'm going to have on back on, and we're going to show some of his fight with Dubois, and we're going to give you proof that he beat Dubois, although he didn't get the verdicts right. And Joe, the heavyweight hopeful, you're going to be out soon, Joe?
Yeah, hopefully, mate. I'm going to be out soon and show what I can do, hopefully, mate.
That's it. So he's now a senior, so all that lack of fighting as a young heavyweight shouldn't be a problem soon. You should be up there, getting plenty of action, plenty of activity, and you're fit.
Ready to go right now.
So, thank you very much for tuning in. We wish you all a lovely evening's boxing. Let's hope that we have a safe, wonderful night's boxing. Oh, in the meantime, thanks for tuning in. We're going to show us his left hand, boy.
Yeah.